In this episode, I'm going to be telling you guys how to bypass the first processing stage of recruitment for people who are looking to get sponsorship jobs to the UK, to Netherlands, and to Australia. Maybe we're even going to throw in New Zealand in the mix. So I'm going to tell you just one thing you can do to boycott, skip, and have these companies in fact tell you, you know what, we're going to move you straight to the next phase of the recruitment processing activities. Okay, so whatever they do in the next stage, whether it's calling your referrals or checking your LinkedIn profile, I'm going to tell you guys what you can do. Just one thing that you can do, and you're gonna move from the first stage to the next phase, okay? And I'm also going to throw in a bonus solution for people who have already moved overseas to the UK, to the Netherlands, particularly these two countries, because these two countries are currently facing housing deficit, a massive housing deficit. I'm going to tell you guys what you can do to solve this problem and not be affected by the housing deficit in the UK. So you don't even have to pay for an Airbnb or stay in a bread and breakfast or stay in a motel or a hotel. This solution is going to see you boycotting all that and thriving, whether in the Netherlands or in the UK. So if you're interested in finding out the solution to either the first or the second one, I suggest you give me 1 second, just 1 second, guys, and I'm gonna dash up to the market and I'll be right back with more. You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but it's fair still. On taking literal, punchlines collateral. Maximum damage. Hello, Chronicles. Hello, YouTube. How are you all doing today? It's still your value-based king, Fuse, from FuseChronicles.com. We are your #1 place for everything and anything that has to do with travel, tourism, and lifestyle. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You are on a long thing, particularly if you're interested in relocating from your country, wherever you are around the world, to the UK, to the Netherlands, to the US, to Canada, wherever you want to go to. We talk about visa categories, we talk about companies who are currently hiring and sponsoring your jobs to these countries. You need to subscribe. Go down, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so when we drop valuable content such as this, you are in the know. Like this video so that more people around the world can get to catch this content and be guided as well. And share this with your friends, okay? You'll be doing us a favor and helping other people learn what you are about to learn, okay? Now look at this, guys. I found it very, very difficult to even nail down the title for this video. So I hope it meets or it reaches as much or as many people as possible, particularly those, like I said earlier, who are interested in relocating to the UK, to the Netherlands, to New Zealand, to Australia, and that is it, okay? It's not going to be useful to people going to Canada or to the US. They could still watch it for the knowledge, but these two countries, maybe apart from the economic crunch that they might be experiencing or they do experience from time to time, their housing problem is not, the housing issue is not a problem, and obviously they have their own system of recruitment. But maybe you could still apply the solution I'm going to give to you for recruitment to those two countries, okay? Now, I'm not ignorant of these solutions I'm trying to give to you guys. I realize that not everybody is not going to be useful to everybody. Why? Because some people find it very hard to communicate. Even though you tell them, listen, Microsoft is hiring. They don't need any qualification. They don't need any criteria for eligibility. Just turn up. Some people are going to find a way to miss out on that opportunity. It's just how mankind is. We're all not the same. I'm black, some are white, and some are different colors. So different people have different ways that they access or process or go about executing their game plans, okay? Some execute it to perfection and some just do it and it goes downhill, all right? And even for the housing crisis, the solution I'm going to give to you guys, I realize that it's not going to be beneficial to everybody, because these people that are going to, I'm going to tell you about, they're going to help you solve this problem. They have a waiting list, and you might be at the top, some might be in the middle, and some might be at the very end. So it might take time to get the effect of these solutions, okay? Now, before I tell you how to skip the first stage in the recruitment process, because I've been puzzling which one am I going to talk first. Should I talk about housing deficit or should I talk about the recruitment process? Maybe you guys can help me. Leave it down in the comment section below. Just tell me, Fuse, talk about housing first, or if you want to hear about it, talk about the recruitment process first, okay? But I think the right thing to do is to talk about people who are outside trying to come in, okay? Instead of people who are already in this country that others are trying to get to. Now, many people in their countries are going through hell, all right? I read this message on, was it Facebook or Twitter, where someone said, why did people try jackpot? Why did they try jackpot? This is speaking English in Nigeria for why are these people trying to leave their countries and not even planning to come back in the future, okay? That's what it means in clean or clear English, okay? Why are they trying to leave their country and not come back? Some people are going through untold hardships. Some people are going through, even I'm not talking about people in the northwestern or north central part of Nigeria, people in the southeastern part of Nigeria, where there's this violence and flashes of violence, where people just kill people for no reason, Boko Haram, bandits and that. Some people go in the evening by 6 p.m., they climb the trees to sleep, just to spend the night, just so that they can be safe with their children. Is that bad in some communities? So some people are looking for ways to go out of their countries. Now, what is the easiest way for you to get across to a company who is hiring internationally and you want to boycott or bypass the first stage? The first thing you can do is pick up your phone. Literally, pick up your phone. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a story how I knew that this method really, really works. When I was in the UK, this was back in 2011, I was working for a warehouse. I think I've said this in one of my videos. By the way, I've never made a video like this. The only time I used to make this kind of videos was when I started this channel, okay? I don't make this kind of videos anymore, but because I've been getting messages on TikTok, on Instagram, I'm like, let me just make this video so people can know what to do. I think a lady even sent me a message just literally last night telling me, are they going to be excited about my CV? It's not about the company being excited about your CV. It's about what you can offer the company. And I'm going to tell you how I found or stumbled on this, okay? So back to the story. Fuse, don't cut yourself short no more. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So I was in the UK during that time, and I was working warehouse jobs, okay? I hate warehouse jobs. I really, really hate it. When I see people who are very motivated and passionate about warehouse jobs, I want to work in that warehouse, I just look at them and say, what did you see there? I just hate it. Because most of the time you're standing, you're wearing these boots, sometimes they're Wellington boots, or sometimes they're just factory engineering boots that's so tight and inconveniencing and they ache me on my toes and that. And you wear this jacket, bulky jacket, and you still get cold because most of these factories are open. So during winter season, the cold air or cold wind comes in, and you're dizzy, you want to sleep. It's just so inconveniencing. So I was always working the night shifts for a particular processing plant owned by TNT, but outsourced to Randstad. Okay, Randstad was the HR company in charge of giving people these jobs. Okay, so that is one hint right there. So if you want jobs for the UK, the Netherlands, you can go to randstad.com and you can see what they have to offer. So that's just from me to you. Okay, now let's get back to the story. So I did this for a month. I think it was for a month. I just couldn't do it anymore. It was too much work. And there were people, I'm talking about people from Nigeria, from Ghana, from different countries, who were working these jobs in 3 different warehouses and factories. It was mad. But I just couldn't do it no more. One day when I was coming back from the warehouse. I think it was 5 a.m. in the morning. One of my neighbors, a Ghanaian girl, she's from Ghana, but she's British, she's from England. She saw me and she stopped me very early in the morning. She was like, Fuse, where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? And I'm like, listen, I'm coming from a warehouse. I have this warehouse job. And she looked at me. She's like, you work in a warehouse? That is crazy. How? I wouldn't picture you as someone who would work in a warehouse. And I was like, how do they look? Do they have 2 heads, 3 heads? I was joking about it. But she was going somewhere and she did lead me to where she was going. She said, listen, I like the way you sound, and if I like the way you sound, I know many companies are going to like the way you sound as well, okay? Now, not to blow my trumpet, not to even sound funny or sound narcissistic, or is that how they pronounce the word? I think that's correct. Not to sound narcissistic or whatever, but she kind of liked the way I sounded. And she was working for an insurance company at the time, and she told me, I bet they're gonna love the way you sound as well. Now pick up your phone. She gave me the number. Call this number. This is their recruitment department. They might not pick the first time, they might not pick the second time or the third time, but just keep calling this number till they pick. And if they pick your call, I guarantee you they're gonna offer you the job. Just like that. And I never even knew, up until this point, I never even knew that there was calling a HR or recruitment department over the phone was a thing. I didn't even know. So I think it was the next day or the next 3 days I gave it a go. I called the number. I kept calling the number, kept calling the number, kept calling the number. And shout out to you, Sarah Hope. Sarah Hope is the head of recruitment for that company. And is it Sarah Hope or Sarah Good? I think it's Sarah Hope. She's the head of recruitment for that company. I called her and we're talking. Now, look, this is what I said. Let me just give you my script. This was the picture. Okay, let me just give it to you. I said, hello, good afternoon. My name is Fuse, and I'm calling for the PPI position that you have advertised on Indeed. Is this still available for applicants in the UK? And she was like, oh, yes, it was. Oh, good. I think I am more than qualified to fill this position. Would you consider having me come in to sit for an interview? And she was like, oh, no, this was literally what she said. Oh, no, you know what? If you sound like this in real life, I guarantee this position is yours already. Can you come in tomorrow so we can just finalize the final details for you to hold down the job? And wait a minute, the job comes with a 3-day paid training. Hope you're okay with this. I'm like, oh sure, I'm fine. And that was it. I came in the next day and the rest was history. All right? Now listen, and let me go back to what I said in the beginning. I realized that not everybody is going to sound like this or be able to hold their own when they're talking to people that are not from their country. Okay, some people feel intimidated. Some people feel that maybe this person, I'm wasting this person's time and this person might cut me off at any time while I'm talking. It's the same as cold calling. When you're cold calling, if you're a guerrilla marketer for some of these companies that sell things telemarketing wise, some people just don't have the confidence. I understand this. I'm not even ignorant of that. But look at this, guys. Before you apply for any position, whether I put the positions up on Fuse Chronicles or someone else is a different YouTuber or a different blog, where you go to our website and you see these positions, before you apply, just so that you don't waste your time, why don't you pick up the phone, go to the website, get the number for the front desk or the HR department and call. Call them, tell them your qualification, tell them, listen, I'm applying for, or I want to apply for this position. I noticed that your company has this problem. Everybody, I don't care how sadistic you are, I don't care how machistic you are. Did I pronounce that word well? I'm not quite sure, okay? I don't know how bad it is or how good it is for your company, but if you have someone, a potential employer or employee who is looking to solve a problem in your organization, I don't care how busy you are, you're going to want to take out 5 or 10 minutes out of your day to hear what this person has to say. Now, before you apply for this position, before you go about using this method, try to find out what the people for that particular position you're applying for, what they do within the organization, within that company. Find out if the company has a problem that you alone hold the key for. So when you call them, you tell them, listen, I am an experienced blah, 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 maybe a logistician, maybe a farm assistant, maybe a healthcare assistant if that's your jam, and tell them, listen, I noticed that you have this problem. I was experienced in solving this kind of problem when I worked for blah, blah, blah in blah, blah, blah country. And I believe I could or I can replicate the success experience while working for that company in your company. If you would give me the opportunity of having me come to work for your company, I can assure you that we can replicate the same level of success we got while we worked for XYZ company. And by the way, just to put this out there, I am not currently in the UK. I am not currently in the Netherlands. I am not currently in Australia. I'm not currently in Canada. Wherever country you're applying for, I am outside this region. I would require a sponsorship assistance for my visa to get in. Okay? And listen to what they're going to say. If they don't need you, they will tell you. If you don't offer sponsorship, they will tell you. But if you do it the way I just showed you, I can assure you they'll be chomping at the bit to get you come in through the door, get into that plane, fly over to that country, and get that position. Okay? Now guys, this is the best time for me to put this in there, okay, before I move on to the housing deficit. You need to know the country you want to go to. Too many people reaching out to me with this mass confusion, okay? Fuse Chronicles, we're not employment psychologists. I'm not going to put it to you, go to this country. You should know the country you want to go to. Too many people telling me, I'm thinking Canada, Australia, or the UK. No, you cannot change 3 things at the same time. If you've ever worked in the farm, I have worked in the farm before, and I know that if you see, say you see 3 chickens playing there and you want to catch one and you're running for the 3, you're not going to get one. The same thing with goats, cows, chickens, dogs, cats, whatever. You're not going to get one. You need to hone in and narrow down on one country. I want to go to the UK. I'm going to do all I can to get there. Forget every other country. Too many people trying to chase too many countries. The process is very daunting, and I'm not going to deceive you guys. The process to get into this country is very daunting. You cannot be chasing 3. It's impossible. Okay, going through these online application forms that have up to 10 pages that tell you to describe all your work history, and you have to fill for one, for the next, for the next, for the next, your academic history for the one, for the next, to the next, and it's just too much. And then preparing cover letters for all these countries is insane. Choose one. Okay, then find the sector in that those countries or in that country that you want to work in. Find the position that you know this is for me, and then find the company or 1, 2, 3 to 5 companies. Research these companies. Find their problems. You can use maybe a SWOT analysis. Find the challenges or the threats, and then when you call them, you have a solution. I can assure you, you're gonna nail that position. Okay. Now let's move on to the housing crisis. Now, my experience in knowing the solution to the housing crisis for the UK also came about when I was in the UK. So before I met this girl who linked me up with the insurance company, I was going to any place I saw a signpost and I saw it's a business, I went in there to look for a job. So I stumbled on the Salvation Army. It's called the Salvation Army. Now, in your county in the UK, or in your city in Netherlands, or in whatever state you are in Australia, it might be known with a different name. Okay, it could be the Jesus Army, it could be whatever. Okay, but in the UK, in the county I was in, it was known as the Salvation Army. Okay, now the Salvation Army is a religious group, literally, it's a religious group that helps less privileged people in the UK or in whatever country they are located in. Okay, they offer almost the same kind of functions as the Red Cross, but the Red Cross obviously is for health and projects and that kind of stuff. So if, say, you are finding it hard to feed in the UK, to get close to where you don't have a place to stay, the Salvation Army could help. Okay, you could go there and you could complain and tell them how or what level of difficulty you are facing. Now, many people are going to get back at me and say, Fuse, we're not homeless people. We had houses in our country. We cannot go and put ourselves down to that level where we're just asking for handouts, okay? I'm a Catholic, okay? In the Catholic Church, they're known as St. Vincent de Paul. They help you, and they can help. They can pair you with other families where you can stay till you get your own place. Now, this is a makeshift solution, okay? It's a makeshift solution. It's not something that they could pair you with a family and you think, oh, we're gonna stay here forever. No. Okay, it just buys you some time till you're able to get your own place to put up with you and your family. Okay, another alternative is for you to identify your church. Speak with your pastor. If you're Catholic like me, speak with your priest and have them find parishioners or members of the congregation that are open to accommodating you and your family, at least till you can get your foot in that country. Or better still, while you're still applying for these companies, you can narrow down on the ones that offer accommodation in their relocation packages for international applicants, so that when you get accepted by these companies, they fix you up with a place to stay. Whatever of these solutions I just reeled out, you do not, I repeat, you do not want to go to a foreign country and be homeless, okay? And if you can use any one of these solutions I ironed out or I just told you guys about, you are not going to pay or spend copious amounts of money paying for Airbnb, bread and breakfast, motels or hotels in whatever city, in whatever country you might find yourself. Okay? Now, guys, like I said, I am not ignorant. I am not ignorant of the fact that there are people out there that these solutions might not be helpful to. There are people who are relocating to the UK, to the Netherlands, and the dependents are as many as 10 people. I think I even know a family who, that family alone, I'm talking about the parents and the kids, they're already 10 people. And I think they have relocated to the UK already. Alright, so it's insane to go to your church and tell your pastor, your priest, that listen, can you find a place where we could stay, where we're stranded out here and stuff, and they ask you how many are you, and you say we're 10. Where are they going to start from? Okay, so it's going to be helpful to some people, not going to be helpful to other people. Now, whatever your situation might be, go down to the comment section and leave it down there. Just type it. Fuse, this is my problem, and I'm going to try my best, okay? I'm going to try my best to reach out to organizations that I know, and I'll see if they can help, okay? I'll see if they can help, all right? Now, if this video somehow was too fast, if this video was too fast for you, and I was talking too fast, why don't you go to the settings tab, click on the gear icon and modulate the speed to the level that is most convenient for you. And if you still don't understand what I'm saying, you can either leave your comment, like I said earlier, in the comment section with your inquiries, with your questions, or you can go to any one of our social media accounts, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, using the handle that is just up there at Fuse Chronicles. Slide into our DMs with your inquiries and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them when they come in, okay? Now guys, if this video was helpful to you, if you were blessed by this video, if somehow you've learned the pitch and the script that you can use to make calls to employers or companies in whatever country you want to go to, why don't you do us a favor, go down, smash the subscribe button. While you're down there, click the bell icon, which is just to the right beside the subscribe button, which keeps you notified when we drop more valuable videos such as this in the future, okay? And if this video, like I said, was helpful to you, if you felt blessed in watching this video, why don't you do us a favor again? Why don't you give us a like? Click the thumbs up button, give us a like. The like does wonders for us. It helps us more than you can ever imagine with the YouTube algorithm. It tells Mr. YouTube that you, my friend, found this video valuable, and you're going to find people just like you all around the world to show these videos to. So why don't you like this video? And if you have friends, family members who are interested in relocating to the UK, to the Netherlands, to New Zealand, to Australia, or they're already there and they're experiencing some form of challenges or difficulties highlighted in this video, why don't you share this video with them so that they stay guided on the best course of action to take going forward, okay? And guys, in our next video, I'm going to be telling you guys about more sponsorship jobs for New Zealand, okay? Now, I'm going to put this out there, guys. When a candle lights another candle, the candle that is lighting the new candle does not burn out. Its flame does not die out. What happens is both candles now increases the level of illumination in a dark space or a space without light. Okay, so I want you to use this flame that I'm giving to you and light other candles and help other people. So together we can make a difference. Okay, and if you want to learn more, about how companies process your applications and how you can best make some changes and some tweaks here and there to get accepted by companies offering sponsorship for the UK, a video is going to pop up to my right. Why don't you click it and get this information? And until the next one, I remain your value-based king, Fuse. I'll catch you guys on the next cut. Bye-bye for now.